What's up, everybody? It is Monday, it's the late night agenda, and I said I wasn't going to be here, but you know what? My day went a little bit better than I thought, so here I am, motherfuckers. Sorry about that intro, I just like saying motherfucker, so what can I say? Anyway, we're live, lots of stuff to talk about tonight. It is Transfer Central. Busy day with Connor and Brian recording little bits and pieces, little segments that are going to be coming out soon. Right, loads of people in the chat already. Let's see how everybody's feeling. Domestic Butler's in, how are you, sir? Patrick Silk is in, Kyle Martin, Liverpool Football Club, David Rowett, Lewis Johnson, lots of people, Dirty Girls in the house as well, Joanne Fisher, Mossy Kyo. Guys, how are you? I hope you had a wonderful Monday. 12 sleeps till we hopefully become Champions League winners again, said Raymond Lowe. Yeah, I know, 12 sleeps, mate. 12 little sleeps. I'm buzzing. I don't know how I'm going to feel when this final gets closer. I'm so unorganised tonight. I'm relying on you, ladies and gentlemen, to give me the news today. I have some little bits and pieces. Of course I do. I wouldn't be on here without it. But I know you guys have been trolling through social media. I know that you guys have been getting me some transfer gossip. So come on, hit me with it. Lewis Johnson said, don't listen to paper talk. You're probably right, Lewis, but you know, where's the fun in that, mate? We like to dream, we like to believe, and there's lots for us to get through tonight as well. What else? Because City have only gone and smashed the Premier League trophy, said David Rowett. Somebody messaged me that beforehand. Somebody said they pulled a bit of a Sergio Ramos and broke the Premier League trophy. And then somebody said it was only a plastic version. And I know you can insert your own joke there, really, can't you, when it comes to that one. And NERES is a better fit than the LIGT, said Patrick Silk. And Domestic Butler said, hi Craig, I hope all is well. I hope your trip to Italy went well, Domestic Butler, mate. If I remember correctly, it was Italy where you were. Lots for us to get through with Craig doing the podcast. Yeah, as I said, we recorded 3 segments earlier on for you guys. We recorded a podcast around possible players leaving the club during this transfer window, so that's going to be coming out soon. We recorded another segment that will be coming up on here as well in video, that is about who we believe will be the starting 11 for the Champions League final. And then of course we recorded another segment on possible, you know, positions that we need to strengthen, the juicy stuff. That will be coming out very soon. Connor's going to be working on that, maybe expected towards the middle of the week. Mossy Kyo, right, let's start with what Mossy said here. It's looking like the LIGT is going to Barcelona, and that, unfortunately, mate, seems to be the truth. James Pearce has confirmed that Klopp is happy with the centre-back options at Liverpool, and that we won't be going for the LIGT, or anybody else for that matter. That kind of goes against what Guillaume Balaguer was saying yesterday, but you know what, if it's a straight shootout between believing Guillaume Balaguer and believing James Pearce, then I'm siding with James Pearce every single day of the week on that one. Let's wait and see what happens. Sky Sports have an article saying that they believe the LIGT is gone. He's going to Barcelona, and that pretty much is a done deal. There was some talk to say that there was arguments around Mino Raiola's agent's fees, and that Barcelona weren't willing to pay the undoubtedly huge, colossus amount of money that Mino Raiola wanted, because he's a greedy bastard. I've said that before many times. Of these so-called super agents, Mino Raiola to me is one of the worst. One of the worst for taking money out of the game. I dislike everything about that man, to be honest. I dislike some of the people he represents, but overall it looks like Barcelona and the LIGT and Mino Raiola are going to be able to put a package together that suits all parties, and Matthias de Ligt looks like he's off to Barcelona. I don't know what to say. I've said all along, anybody that signs Matthias de Ligt's getting one hell of a footballer, and it makes sense from every perspective to sign him. I just can't believe he's chosen Barcelona. I think that was a terrible move on his behalf. I think there were much better clubs around Europe that he could have gone to, developed his game, and then moved on. I think he will learn quickly. If he does not hit the ground running at a club like Barcelona, then he'll get the Felipe Coutinho treatment, and the fans won't stand for it. Whereas if he went to a club like, say, Liverpool, Manchester United, Bayern Munich, I don't know, name any of Europe's top clubs, even Juventus as an example, he probably would have got more time to develop, and it looked like Juventus were making a very strong play to go and sign him. But as things stand, nothing is 100% confirmed, but the big agencies, the Sky Sports of this world, they're kind of starting to say now that it does look like Matthias de Ligt is going. But you know what, that's okay. That kind of puts play to my whole theory that Dejan Lovren might be moving on this summer, because if we're not going to sign a centre-back and we're looking towards Kiana Hoover and we're looking towards Nat Phillips, and we've got the 4 that we have at the club, then, you know, who am I to second guess Jurgen Klopp, a team that have played so well defensively this season? For me, it was only ever about fitness, and if Kloppo's happy with Lovren's fitness, if he's happy with Matip's fitness, I'm happy as well. Anubis said, read on goal.com, the Klopp said he won't be spending as much money as he did in previous seasons, so de Ligt believe is off the cards. I just hope we get another striker as backup. Klopp did say that. I think he said it a couple of times, mate. I think we're going to see 3. I have in my head 3, and we spoke about them on the podcast that we recorded today. But this isn't about me. This is your show, as I say. So you let me know the topics you want to talk about. Anyone has any opinions on the lit, I'd love to hear them. And don't forget, guys, if you're new or you're joining us for the first time, thank you so much for giving us a try. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Drop a like on the stream. Mossy's in. How are you, sir? Welcome to you. Why is the lit doubtful? I've just gone through that one. I know a lot of people want the lit, and I know it's not what a lot of people want to hear, but I've always promised you guys I'm not going to come on and just spout shite because I believe it'll get me more likes, or I believe that it's something that people want to hear. I'm always going to try and give you the brutally honest truth from what I believe to be, well, my perspective on it anyway. Bobby in the central attacking midfield position and Werner a striker, said the Irishman. The Italian fans don't like poor starts, said Adam Parks. We got Matip, Gomez and Hoover. We're all sorted at centre-back, said LFC fan. Raiola as his agent. Don't think much of him. Sorry if I misspelled. Don't worry about your spelling, buddy. It's all good. Yeah, look, you guys know my thoughts on agents. I've spoken about them many times on the streams. I believe they're taking far too much money out of the game, and I believe that they're... Oh, some people call them a necessary evil. I don't think so. I think we can definitely limit agents' fees. Steve Roberts, how are you, sir? Welcome in. Hoover is a right back, isn't he? Sort of, mate, but he's centre back material, and that's where he's going to be playing for Liverpool as he moves forward at centre back. He can play at right back. I think he could probably play at left back as well, but I think from what I've been reading, Jurgen Klopp very much sees him as a potential centre back moving forward. Big man Steve said, one relegation player. I got a feeling. If I had to pick a relegation player, it would be Ryan Sessegnon. Without a shadow of a doubt. I don't see any other players from those relegated clubs that are worth a punt. I know Everton are certainly looking at Mitrovic. They want Mitrovic there at Goodison Park. Whatever. I don't really give a shit. Mitrovic is nowhere near a top level footballer for me, so it's not even a relevant conversation. Yeah, I just think Sessegnon. And the thing about Sessegnon that was funny is, I spoke about this the other day, Manchester United are making a play for Ryan Sessegnon. They absolutely are interested in him, as of course are Spurs. Now, if stories are to be believed, Ryan Sessegnon is very hesitant to try and even enter into negotiations to sign for Manchester United because his heart really wants to play for Liverpool, and he thinks if he goes to United that would scupper any future potential move to Liverpool, so he may well end up somewhere like a Spurs. But for me, I'm with you. I think we should be making a play for Ryan Sessegnon. If not so much cover at left back, because I don't really believe he is a left back. He's certainly good for a left-sided attacking player, or even a left wing back if that was the case. Tomas Kennedy said, what positions do you think those 3 transfers are? A left back and 2 forwards. Whether that's a 10 and a striker, or a 10 and a wide player, or just 2 players to play across the front 3, Tomas. I just think it's going to be 2 forwards and a left back. Dybala should come to us. Do you think so, Craig? I would love him, Steve. Absolutely love him, but I think there's probably a much better market to be had in the value at the minute. Like, as an example, Dybala, you're probably looking at 80 to 100 million as a complete guess. Ziyech, 25 million. NERES, 40 to 45 million. Timo Werner, 40 to 45 million. I mean, you could get 2 players there for the cost of one Dybala, but Dybala is a sensational footballer that I think under Jurgen Klopp's coaching would be fantastic. Now, we can't take out of context here that Allegri is moving on from Juventus, so as things stand, I don't know who the next Juventus manager is going to be, so maybe Dybala is going to wait and see who comes in there. I'd much rather Maguire anyway. We could get him for about 40 million. We're not signing Harry Maguire, mate. That's just not going to happen. There is a couple of Premier League clubs interested in him. Manchester United are certainly one of those. I've seen links even to Manchester City for Harry Maguire. It won't be Liverpool though. I'd be very, very confident of that. Van Dijk's not going to be happy with De Ligt. I mean, De Ligt should do what's best for De Ligt, and maybe we just weren't in for him, Fabian, mate. Maybe we just genuinely weren't in for him and there wasn't a conversation there to be had. I think we need a new backup centre-back, said Ludwig. I would have thought so, mate. I would have been with you. But if Jurgen Klopp is happy with his back 4 and Keane and Hoover coming through as well, and don't forget Fabinho can drop into centre-back as well, the options are there. LFC 1892 said Ziyech and Irving Lozano are good choices. I don't want to give away too much on a podcast that we recorded earlier on, but let's just say myself and Connor and Brian did come to a general consensus of the players who we believe Liverpool might go, and I don't want to spoil the podcast, so I'll wait for that to come out. Another player, ladies and gents, who is certainly moving on this summer, and somebody who the links to Liverpool are getting stronger and stronger and stronger, is Nicolas Pepe. I know a lot of you guys are really big fans of this kid. I have been honest and say I haven't seen too much of him. I believe he scored 21 goals this season, something like 11 assists, something along those lines. But his manager said that he's moving on this summer. He's absolutely moving on. Has anybody seen any links to specific prices or a number put on? I won't say put on his head because that makes it sound like it's a bounty or something. But for this kid, 50 million, maybe something like that. Do you think there will be a big signing? No, I genuinely don't, Robbie. I think the reason that we spent so much money on a Van Dijk and an Alisson was there was glaring holes in Liverpool's team. Everybody knew we were weak at the back. Everybody knew we needed a better goalkeeper. And Jurgen Klopp and FSG and Michael Edwards, they went out and they got the best that they could get. Virgil van Dijk, boom, job done. Alisson Becker, job done. No arguments, holes filled. Now it's a matter of filling out the squad. You do want quality, but you also want potential. And Jurgen Klopp is a great believer in improving players through coaching. He said this many times as well. So, whilst it's great and us to sit here, and I'd love us to go and sign 4, 5, 6 players, you can't ignore the other players as well. You can't ignore the Ryan Brewsters. You can't ignore potential development of Divock Origi. You can't ignore Keane Hoover, Adam Lewis, Queeveen Kelleher, Grabara, and other young kids coming through as well. They have to see that there is a pathway through. Look, transfers are sexy. I love coming on talking about transfers. And we will sign players this summer. And I think we will sign players soon enough as well. Whether they're released or not released, whether they're what's the phrase I'm looking for here? Whether they're presented, probably the right word, before or after the Champions League final, I'm not sure. Chris said, hi Craig, looking forward to the final. I think Liverpool win 2-1. I also think Vincent Kompany leaving Manchester City will help. It's definitely a massive loss. He's a huge part of Manchester City's success. He's a huge part of the strong backbone of that team in and around the dressing room, and he is a natural leader. So him going to Anderlecht will absolutely leave a gap there, and as Liverpool fans, of course, we'll take any sign of weakness whatsoever that we can get. Right, what else have we got here? Barnes said, we need a left back and a striker, in my opinion. Yes, mate, I'm with you. The only thing I suppose is striker. Striker screams number 9, and I don't know if we're going to go for a number 9 because of Ryan Brewster. I think we'll sign 2 attacking players. Now, whether that's a number 10 and a wide forward, or just 2 people that can play across the front 3 in any position. If you look about it from a striker's perspective, so we have Divock Origi as backup, we have Bobby Firmino, we know that Sadio Mane can play through the centre, we know that Mohamed Salah can play through the centre, and we absolutely know that Ryan Brewster can come and play through the centre. Now, I suppose the question arises in, do we stick to a 4-4 or 4-3-3 formation next season, or do we perhaps go to a 4-2-3-1 with a natural centre forward? Then I suppose there's conversations to be had around maybe a Timo Werner dropping in there and filling that one front position. What are my views on Maddison from Leicester? I love him. I think he's an excellent footballer on. Don't think we're going to sign him. I think we missed the boat on James Maddison. We could have got him last summer when he went from Norwich to Leicester. I keep saying this. Leicester took the gamble. They pulled the trigger, and he seems like a quality footballer. I think he will move on from Leicester. I just don't know if it'll be this summer. But if it is this summer, it will take an awful lot of money, because Leicester are a club that are looking to build and push on and break into that top 6. So I don't see anything other than an astronomical amount of money getting James Maddison out of Leicester this summer. I think we need to strengthen in depth, forward and a centre back if we want to compete strongly, said Sephiros. 100% agree. Now don't forget, we've got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain who'll be fit and healthy and ready to go. So that will almost be like another signing. Now, of course, we've been lucky this season with our front 3 with injuries. Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, between them, I know there has been some injuries, but all in all, I think we've gotten away with it, to be fair, this season. So we need more strength and depth up front. That's where I think we should throw most of the money, whether it's wide forwards, as I've said, a number 10. I'm going to name 7 or 8 players, and you could literally throw any of these two players from this list at me, and I'd go, yeah, that makes sense. So here I go. I might forget somebody, so bear with me. Nicolas Pepe, Nabil Fekir, Paulo Dybala, Ziyech, NERES, Brandt, Werner, Goetze, which is somebody that Brian actually brought up today. So I think that's 9. You can give me any 2 of those 9 and I'd be relatively happy. Like, I have preferences, of course I do, but any 2 of those for the forward attacking positions for me, and I'm sound. I know a couple of people were mentioning Kai Havertz to me, and from everything that I'm led to believe, that Kai Havertz is going to spend another year with Bayer Leverkusen this season. Particularly, they've got to a Champions League, so it's all good there. Julian Brandt will either stay at Leverkusen or I think move to Borussia Dortmund. The £21 million buyout clause is now irrelevant because Bayer Leverkusen have qualified for next season's Champions League, which meant that that buyout clause doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if it's changed and there's a higher number or whatever, but I know the 21 million from what I've read is now gone. Ella said, Matt Phillips is a very good young defender. Who do you think the worst player we've been linked with is? It's a good question. Who do you think's the worst player we've been linked with? Well, I suppose because this is going to sound like a bit of a dig, but it isn't. Lloyd Kelly, I'd say, is probably the worst player we've been linked with. Now, I know we went and signed for Bournemouth for 13 million, so it ain't going to happen, but probably is the worst player we've been linked with because it was a backup to Andy Robertson, who's our first choice left back and will be our first choice left back going forward. So you were always looking for somebody to come in and be a deputy there or somebody we could develop. So everywhere else along the front line, midfield or attacking midfield, we're going to be looking for a higher calibre footballer. So I know it's probably a bit of a shithouse answer, domestic butler, but it is an honest one. Who would I bring in for a backup keeper? Asked Joshua Hoy. I wouldn't. Mate, I wouldn't bring anybody in. I would either give Quivin Kelleher or Camille Grabara a chance as a backup keeper. I'm a strong believer in giving kids a chance when it comes to goalkeepers, and these guys, what's the point in bringing them through the system? I know people are going to say, well, look, Craig, you need under-18s goalkeepers, you need under-23 goalkeepers, and I do. But at a club like Liverpool, those goalkeepers should be very high calibre. And everything I'm hearing from Grabara, for instance, he backs himself. I like that about the kid. He believes that he is good enough to compete with Alisson Becker. So why not? I know he's at our house on loan this season, but you know, he might come back in during the summer, impress Jurgen Klopp. Look, let's use it as an example. Mignolet didn't really have to play anything this season. He got a game or two because Klopp just wanted to, I suppose, be nice and give him a game or two. But Alisson Becker was fit for the entire season, so I think we'd be okay bringing through one of the younger keepers. Quivin Kelleher, Grabara, I'm sound with either one. Of course, then you have young Shamal George, who's out on loan as well. Okay, let me just catch up. Chat moves so quick these days. I'm trying my best, but yeah, the chat does move so quick. Hope everyone's having a lovely Monday. By the way, I'm losing track of days. Everything in my head is just a countdown now to June the 1st of that Champions League final. Rashford, 300 grand, wouldn't give him £3, said Aidan Andrews. Yeah, that seems like a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, United are a very wealthy club, I understand that, but at the same time, the Sanchez money was ridiculous. Giving Rashford that much money, ridiculous. Rashford's a good footballer. I believe he'll go on to do very good things, but he's not a 300 grand player at this moment in time. He's nowhere near a 300 grand a week player at this moment in time. Then you have the money Anthony Martial was on, then David De Gea was looking for what, 350 grand or something to stay at Manchester United. There's got to come a point at United where you just look at them and laugh. And I think we're getting close to that point right now because they don't know what they're doing. They haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing with regards to the transfer policy. They're now running around trying to sign up young players like Longstaff and that kid James from Swansea as well, and hoping that that might work. And then you're also seeing them linked to superstars, but still don't know who the director of football is. Their manager is still absolutely nowhere near good enough, in my opinion, and completely unproven at anywhere near the top level. You can't just always throw money at things and hope that it works out. And I don't see how giving 300 grand a week to Marcus Rashford is going to make him better than him being on 100 grand a week now. Coaching is what's going to make Marcus Rashford better. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, yeah, he was a great player in his day, but is he the coach to really get the best out of Marcus Rashford? I don't know. But if I'm a United fan, seeing him on 300 grand a week seems a little bit too much to me. We need a backup left back, somebody like Tierney, said Envy second. would Tierney want to come and play second fiddle, Mike? That's the massive problem here, because Andy Robertson is so damn good that anybody coming in as a backup is going to get very little fucking game time unless Andy Robertson picks up an injury. And yeah, it's a difficult one. It really is, which is why maybe it leads to the likes of an Adam Lewis or somebody maybe like the guy Kelly that we were linked with. That kind of made sense because it's somebody who's still developing and knows that he's not going to get so much game time. Tierney, I don't see that one happening. Very good left back, don't get me wrong, but would he be happy to sit in the bench behind Andy Robertson? Kieran May said he could be a better centre midfielder with his passing. I don't know who that's about. Why is De Ligt unlikely? Because he's signing for Barcelona, Andre. An article on Sky Sports about that one today, and James Pearce said basically Jurgen Klopp's happy with the centre backs and we ain't signing a centre back. It's like Ed Woodward's is on drugs over there, said Tommy McCulloch. Yeah, fuck him, mate. You know I know I respect all the United fans that are in our chat, but I have no wish for Manchester United to be successful in any way, shape or form. That's just pure desperation from United. I'm already laughing, said Brian Morrissey. United paying high wages because there's too much arguing in the squad. De Gea getting 200 grand a week while Sanchez is on 400 grand. And they're talking about moving Sanchez on this summer, and they're talking about linking him to, I think Juventus was one club, and so I think a couple of clubs in Italy, but they're going to have to give him one hell of a golden handshake to get him out of the club, because he could just sit there on that 400 or 450 grand a week contract with two fingers up to United saying, fuck you, I'm happy to sit here and milk this situation. Lukey Boy said, Chamberlain took a pay cut to join us. United are having to overspend to attract decent players. It wasn't just Chamberlain as well. James Milner at the time was offered more money to stay at Manchester City and decided that he wanted to come and, I suppose, try and fight for more game time and have a go at Liverpool, and I'm so glad that he did. And I'm sure deep down Jimmy Milner was glad that he did as well. Heard City spend 50 million on a trophy welder, said Greg Duffy. Yeah, I mean, do you know what I mean? Dropping the fucking trophy. I think it's happened to the best of them, to be fair. They're not the first to drop a trophy, and they probably won't be the last. I did hear, Connor told me that I think Mark Goldbridge said there was only like 2,000 fans or something ridiculously low like that at their trophy parade or victory parade or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I haven't seen any of the images because I've been so busy today that I haven't had a chance to get onto social media whatsoever. And when I do, looking at Manchester City stuff isn't really top of my list of priorities. MUFC Gamer said, after the season we've just had, all the players' wages should be decreased. Yes, and I think, do you know what, in a funny way, mate, they are, because there was a clause in a lot of their contracts that if they didn't get into the Champions League, they could lose as much as 25% in bonuses and potential payments and stuff. So in a funny way, they actually have taken a pay cut. Have you heard about Harry Maguire to Manchester City? Yep, I did, mate. I did say I'd seen something on that earlier on. And that makes complete sense to me. He's a leader, very good centre-back, somebody whose head is every bit as big as Vincent Kompany's head in actual size. So, you know, there is that as well. All jokes aside, this coming from a man that has a big noggin himself. So I feel like I'm okay to slag people for the size of their heads. Mr. Smith said, hope we're looking for better than free transfers from Werder Bremen. Is there money or not? 100% there is money, Mr. Smith. 100%. There couldn't not be money. We posted a profit of over 100 million. We're in a Champions League final. We topped the Premier League money table this year. There is money there, without a shadow of a doubt. There's always been money for Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp just has to believe in the project, the player, the fit. And he also has to look at the players that he has, because he constantly said he believes that coaching can improve players immensely. And I love that about him. And he has done that. Look at the players that he's brought on since he's been here. Maybe Hamdallah as a backup striker, said X7 Channel. Drombo said, we need a striker, a definite central attacking midfielder and forward cover at the least. A playmaker's needed for us. That's why Klopp tried to sign Fekir last summer. Yes. I have a little bit of news on Loris Karius as well, by the way, because I know we were speaking about backup goalkeepers a few minutes ago, and a couple of people were saying to me before about, you know, his money troubles as such, and that's he wasn't getting paid, I think, his wages at Besiktas at one time. Well, Piercy has come out and said that it looks like Loris Karius is now settled at Besiktas and most likely will remain there next season. And if he does remain there next season, then it's 100% that he will trigger all those clauses that mean that Besiktas have to buy him for, I can't remember what the figure was. I have no idea, actually. I'll be lying if I even named the figure right now. But it looks like he's going to stay there, which means all those clauses will be triggered. And after the 2 years, he will be a Besiktas player. So we won't be having Loris Karius come back, which I'm happy about, because I want the guy to go on and progress his career. And if he comes to Liverpool, it's only going to be to play second fiddle to Alisson Becker, who was an infinitely better goalkeeper. Tommy McCulloch said, why would you sign for Barcelona after we just destroyed them? Yeah, I mean, I get you. And look at our fan base. I mean, why would you not want to go and play in front of the Kop and at Anfield than go and listen to people booing you if you're not doing well at Barcelona? Wouldn't be for me either, but, you know, each to their own, Tommy. Ant said, hi Craig, hope you had a good day. Setting off a week Thursday on a road trip. Liverpool via France onto Madrid. Nice one, pal. I'm so jealous of everybody that's heading over to Madrid. If you are heading over there, I hope you have a wonderful time and a wonderful trip. I am going to be, as I said all along, we have a massive day planned here on the channel for that one. We're going to be live streaming almost all day for that final, so you're going to get about 6 or 7 hours worth of content, preview shows, watch along, post-match charity stream as well, which I'll remind you guys about a bit closer to the time. Yes, I want to do a shout out as well. We did say to you that on next Monday the 27th, we're going to be over in Liverpool again, and we're going to be going to the Boss Night event at the M&S Bank Arena, formerly the Echo Arena in Liverpool. So if anybody wants to come, the good news is if you buy a ticket, it's unreserved, which means we can all go together, because it's not seating, it's a standing event. So there's no such thing as, you getting a seat and being miles away from us. I've already been contacted by a couple of people who are going to be going, and I hope more of you guys can come as well. The tickets, I believe, are priced at £20 plus booking fees, and you can buy them from the M&S Bank Arena website, or have a look on the Boss Nights page on Twitter, or I think they have a website, but I could be 100% certain on that one. I was in contact with the guys from Boss Nights actually to let them know, let them know that we're going over, and I asked them maybe, could I have an interview? Could I have a chance to talk to you guys about what's happening and how it's grown so well and how wonderful you're doing? And do you know what? They were so fucking nice. Straight back to me. No problem, mate. We can arrange that for you. We'll have a chat about it on the Monday, and we'll sort something out. So not only are we going to get to go over to Boss Nights and have a wonderful night and send the guys off to Madrid with hopefully a good old sing-song and a laugh, the guys have been kind enough to tell us that they'll sit down with us and tell us about the history behind Boss Nights and the magazine that started it all, and the movement and the music and Jamie Webster and all these other wonderful things that I can't wait to talk to them about. So massive shout out to Boss Nights for looking after us again, and I'm really looking forward to heading over to the venue, and I hope some of you guys can join us there. What do you think of Keita named in the 26-man squad today? I think it's a stretch to think that he might play. And on that, Alan, I do have the squad name in front of me, so here we go. So the players, there was a 26-man squad named for Madrid today. So the goalkeepers, Alisson, Mignolet and Caoimhín Kelleher. Defenders, Van Dijk, Matip, Gomez, Lovren, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson and Moreno. Midfielders, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum, Naby Keita, James Milner, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lallana, Woodburn and Jones. And then the forwards, Firmino, Salah, Mane, Origi, Shaqiri, Sturridge and Ryan Brewster. So look, that's an absolutely talent-filled 24-man squad, or 26-man squad, excuse me, for the final. And 12 subs on the bench as well, available for Jurgen Klopp. So yeah, I mean, it's great. It's brilliant. I think it's a stretch to think that Naby Keita will start or have any impact on it. And you think Jurgen Klopp often likes to talk about rhythm, and it's because there's no rhythm that I think he'll actually not have any part to play. I think we might see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain come off from the bench if we need him, but yeah, I don't see Keita being worth the risk, if that makes sense, for one game. But it's so tempting as well at the same time. What do you guys think? I mean, you've asked me, Alan. I'd love to know what you guys think about Naby Keita being named in the squad. Scotty said Craig Milner can always play at left back if we need it. Absolutely, mate. But to be fair to Jimmy Milner, he's been very open in saying that he doesn't really enjoy it. He'd rather not be playing there. So, you know, I think we still do need to be bringing somebody in. Douglas James Horns has joined. How are you, buddy? Ben Rafferty's in. The days are going by pretty fast. They fucking absolutely are, mate, and that's great. I mean, June the 1st cannot come quick enough. Do I think Shaqiri will stay at Liverpool? Yes, Mr. Fix-It, I absolutely do. I read something yesterday on the show that I think it came from the Echo, where Jurgen Klopp said that Fabinho and Shaqiri are still developing and they're not done and they're a big part of the squad. And the wording of it made it sound to me, anyway, in my opinion, like Shaqiri won't be going anywhere and he'll be part of the Liverpool squad for next season, which, again, is absolutely sound with me. Bernadette Farrell said, don't believe any reports about transfers until you see them at Anfield at a press conference. Paper talk is a joke. Milne, the Yorkshire Army knife, said Aiden. Ziyech to Liverpool. Perhaps. Pepe. Did we get a little chat about Pepe? Thumbs up or thumbs down to Pepe? Will he join Liverpool? Not do you want him to join Liverpool, because I'm sure everybody does. Well, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think it will actually happen. Very interested to see what your thoughts are there. Craig, you've got to sing at Boss Night. I really fucking don't, mate. I mean, I could sing right at the end to empty the venue. I could definitely do that, but I'll leave that to the very, very, very capable hands of Jamie Webster and the wonderfully talented guys that do all the music at Boss Nights. Yeah, I'm just glad to be there and have a sing along with everybody else and have some fun and hopefully record some content while we're over there. Hopefully be meeting up with Cash and Chris, and I think Crosby Red might be going as well. Don't play Kada, said Mossy Kyo. No Lallana, please, said Reese. He looks like he's getting sold, by the way, Reese, as well. A couple of reports are linking him back to Southampton for around 13 million quid. Cobra said, nothing wrong with naming him, just wouldn't play him, not worth the risk. X7 Channel said, who would be your dream signing from Real Madrid? Probably Asensio. Asensio or Varane, maybe. One of those two. Yeah, there's... I don't believe I'm going to say this, but there's almost slim pickings at Real Madrid at the moment. Did you say Genie as well in the 26-man squad? I'm sure I did. Let me just double check. I'm sure I did say Genie when you held him. See, I can't say the name without it being in my head. Midfielders, yes, he is in the squad, mate. He is listed in the midfielders list. Keita won't be up to speed, said Shabir. No clue about Pepe. Haven't watched them, said Barnes. Mate, you're honest. Like, I love honesty, and I've said the same. I haven't seen too much of him. I know a lot of people are really excited about him. And let me go back. I want to go through all your thumbs up and thumbs downs because you guys took the time to put them in. So I want to see what you guys think. How much are we signing Memphis for, Craig? And does Connor have any inside info? No, Connor defo has no inside info. He does have a kick-ass jacket though. But I don't know. 40-45 million would probably be a reasonable fee for Memphis Depay. I don't know if we're signing him or not either. I know a lot of people believe because of that Instagram or Twitter post about him and Gini Wijnaldum that might be kind of like a little, hi, come get me, Jurgen, but I honestly don't know. If we win the Champions League and don't go and sign Jay Spearing, we never will, said Andre. Amy said, what time are you on to My Name is Troy and I'm from Belfast? Probably another hour or so. Troy, isn't it? Sorry. Yeah, probably another hour or so, Troy. Liam said, gonna try go to the Boss Night, mate. I'll let you know. Please do, Liam. What else we got? So Ross thinks, yes, Pepe, we will get him. Cobra said, wait for the lean. The transfer is a good one. Douglas James Horn said, no. iFan said, yes. Pepe the Frog. Still not a yes or a no, Mr. Crypto Meme. Liverpool Football Club gave a whole lot of thumbs down, but Big Man Steve followed that up with a whole lot of thumbs up. Hopefully not, said Jack. Why not, Jack? Oh, sorry, you're a United fan, aren't you, Jack? That's why. Mark Henley said no. The Walking Gamer said no. Cade said yes. X7 Channel said yes. Liverpool legend went in his own unique way and gave us one of them, which I'm taking as a yes. Christopher McVicker said yes as well. Jack said it could happen though for Liverpool. Mr. Fixit said no. Henderson to lift the Champions League trophy. Yes, yes, yes. Motherfucking yes, please. Oh, he deserves it so much. X7 Channel said yes. Ricky Hill said yes. Shabir said yes. Rick Heskey's hedging his bets because he gave us one of each. Big Man Steve, 4 thumbs up. Domestic Butler, yes. Oh, there we go. How funny Brewster could get a winner's medal and never played a minute. It's madness. Madness. As I said, Barnes said no clue about Pepe. Haven't watched them. Ziyech said that 2 clubs I want to join is Arsenal and Barcelona. Very interesting, Louis talks. Well, he ain't going to be getting a move to Barcelona. I think he can rule that one out. I mean, Barcelona are already after signing Frankie de Jong. They look like they're signing De Ligt. And they want to sign a couple of more players as well. So, yeah, they're going to have to move some players on before they can really start signing more. Do you have flags up on my house? No, Paul, I don't have flags up on my house, mate. I'm too fucking lazy, if I'm being honest, to start hanging flags around the place. What I do have, though, is signed shirts hanging around my walls, if that helps. Pepe's a great player, but his running style and size reminds me an awful lot of Pogba at times. And another thing, actually, Paul, is this estate is mostly full of Manchester United fans, believe it or not. I think there's 2 Liverpool houses in this estate that I'm aware of. As I said, John Hamilton said, Pepe's a great player, but his running style and size reminds me an awful lot of Pogba. Interesting. I'm always a bit nervous about signing any player from the French league, and as much as I love Fekir, I still did have that underlying nervousness, but I did want that transfer to happen, so I'd be lying if I said I didn't. LFC 5 said, I think Mina Raiola used our name just to speed up the Barca transfer. De Ligt's a great player, but his agent is shit, and I agree with you on both counts. City dropped the Premier League trophy from the bus. Do you know what? If that was us, there'd have been about 5,000 million people underneath to catch it, but because it's those fuckers, probably just hit the ground straight away and probably made a noise that nobody heard because there was fuck all people there. Although I don't know, because I didn't even see the victory parade, because why would I watch it? Did I ever take drugs? Random question. Yes, I did. Random answer. Yeah, I did. I've made mistakes. I've had fun. I've done everything that you're supposed to do when you're grown up, and I don't encourage anybody to do anything illegal or take any drugs. But you asked me, have I taken drugs? And the answer was absolutely fucking yes, I have. Not right now, obviously, not as we speak. I mean, caffeine in the Diet Coke here, but you know, I've always said I'll be brutally honest. You ask me a question, I'll give you an honest answer. But as I said, I'm well aware that we've got young people watching, and I will always say to young people, listen to your parents, do what you're told, live your life the right way, and I don't encourage anybody to do anything that I've done. I can only live my life. I want to be very clear about that, because I do know we've got younger people watching, and I'm a parent myself, so you know, I've got to be respectful. Don't want to pie, said John Hamilton. It's amazing that we can still Craig, come on. Just we'll start that one again. It's amazing that we can still win the treble, Champions League, Super Cup and the Community Shield, said Jack's Page. It's not really a treble though, mate, is it, to be fair? Would go for Lozano over Pepe, said Jonathan Moore. Did you see City dropping the trophy? Yep, we've done that one. Wouldn't want Pepe, said Jonathan King. Depay and Pepe is our transfer window. The conversations that we recorded in the podcast earlier on, mate, we were kind of thinking along similar lines to you, but Depay wasn't where we ended up at. But I don't want to give too much away on that one, but we're not a million miles away from your way of thinking, Prez. If the scoreline is safe, put Brewster and Chamberlain on for the medal. 100% agree. 100% agree. Hi mate, I thought you were filming a podcast today. I was, but thankfully I got home at 9:30, and on the way home I said to Connor, mate, can you make a thumbnail? I think I'm actually going to make this. I think I'm going to be home in time to get on and do a stream. So Connor, being as good as he is, went out of his way, made the thumbnail, scheduled the stream. I got in the door at 9:30. I went to the loo and I ran straight upstairs and started setting up so I could get on here. It was originally scheduled for 10 o'clock actually, but I got home quicker than I thought, so I said, hey, why not? I miss you guys. Why not come on here and talk? But yeah, there is stuff coming out. 3 different bits we filmed today. 3 different segments. I think ranging from maybe 25 minutes to 220 or so. Something like 2 20-minute bits around that. I'm on the pie train. Screw Pepe, said Liverpool Football Club. Craig Weston said no. FK said, I don't know why Arsenal are linked to a lot of our transfer targets, especially in the French league. I think look, there's so many players around Europe that are available for reasonable amounts of money as well, which is not something we say in every transfer window. You know, I know the Julian Brandt thing has gone at 21 million, but there was a case to get him there at one point for that. Then you've also got the rumours that Ziyech has a £25 million release clause. You're talking about Nabil Fekir being down to his last year on his contract, so he can be got for a decent fee. Timo Werner the same. And these are players that if they had 3 or 4 years left on their deal, you probably throw another 20 or 25 million on top of their price. If I'm being honest, I'm not surprised if Liverpool don't make any signings, said Cade. We will, mate. We will make signings, 100%. There's no way we're going to go through this transfer window and not strengthen, because you can bet your ass Manchester City are going to strengthen, and you can bet your ass Spurs, Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, well, maybe not Chelsea actually, are all going to strengthen, and you have to keep pushing on. You cannot stand still in football or you'll fall behind. Don't like City anymore, and I was a big fan, said Craig Weston. Craig is a cokehead, pass it on. A diet cokehead, mate. If we can just put that one word in before there, just so people don't get the wrong impression. Craig representing Cucumber FC. Fuck you, mate. It's not Cucumber FC. It's Brussels Sprout FC. I decided that today earlier on. You know I love you though, Stephen. Craig, City didn't drop the Premier League trophy. It was a prank for City TV. Do you know what? That is so fucking shitty and cheesy and bullshit that it makes sense. Mate, it makes sense because the club are absolutely useless when it comes to social media. Do you remember their... I'm cringing even thinking of their victory things from last season, so that makes sense, buddy. Don't like City anymore. I've already gone through that one. What drugs? Oh God, you've got me by the nuts here because I did say I'd always answer your questions. Ecstasy, weed, cocaine, speed. Yeah, that's the honest answer. I mean, I've always said I'll be honest on here, and I'm not encouraging anybody to do anything, but you asked the question and I'll give you honest answers. You won't get this on most channels, I tell you. A lot of people will hang themselves by the balls, but you know what, I speak openly about my life. I speak openly about mental health. I speak openly about the mistakes that I've made and what you can learn from things. And I will make content on this type of stuff on Crack On. I will openly talk about the party part of my life when I was a DJ and the things that I did and the places that I've been to and the weird situations that I've ended up in as well. But you know, as I said, always got heroin. No, God no. Oh no, I don't know. Just no, mate. Boba Fett said I'm always on drugs, as in he's always on drugs, not me. Is Klopp going to Juventus? What do you think? Why the fuck would Jurgen Klopp go to Juventus? We're a much better club, in a much better place, with much better fans. Maybe I'm being a bit disrespectful there to Juventus, because they're a pretty good club. But no, Jurgen Klopp has a project at Liverpool that he's not finished with. If anything, I think he might sign a contract extension. Just watch a Pepe goal. It was an absolute left foot banger, said Prez Mane. Just say no, said Stephen Richards. Absolutely. I don't encourage anybody to break the law, and I don't encourage anybody to do anything that might put them in danger. I can only talk about me. And I've always said, my life's an open book. If you have a question, you ask it. If I can answer it without getting myself into trouble, then I will. Dave Sweeney, I said to my wife, if Liverpool dropped the trophy, it would be gone. It wouldn't have hit the ground. Exactly. Been half-inched and it would be halfway down the road right now. Evan Guest, how are you? Evan said, Italian journal tweeted, Napoli have rejected Man United's €110 million bid for Koulibaly. De Laurentiis doesn't want to sell him, and the termination clause of €150 million is only valid from 2020. That's a lot of fucking wedge, mate, isn't it, for Koulibaly, who is an outstanding centre-back, but it looks like Napoli are digging their heels in there and they don't want to sell, and maybe they're just trying to drive the price up a little bit more. Maybe that'll rumble on right at the end of the transfer window, because United have got to sign a centre-back, and with City now maybe looking at Maguire, the options are fairly limited for United, if you're looking at the very top level, I mean. What's this video with Depay, Genie and Virgil van Dijk? I haven't got a clue. Neil, mate, sorry. I've no idea what that video is. Don't forget about the World Club Cup. Isn't that moved to like 2021 or something now? I mean, somebody said something to me about that the other day. Right, guys, we're 36 subscribers away from our next 100 target. So if you are watching and you're enjoying the stream, please do hit that subscribe button. Every time you hit that button, Connor gets a little bit closer to Space Camp, and then Angel gets its wings as well. I could probably think of a few more lies to tell you along these lines, but basically, we'd love you to hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying the stream. And don't forget, all our content on here is free. It's always going to be free. And people keep saying, with the season coming to an end, are you going to stop? Actually, no. We're going to go the other way. We're going to produce more content, and we're going to do more stuff, and we're going to have more people involved, and we're going to have more fun, and we're going to get ready for an absolutely kick-ass season next year, where we're going to make a major push for that fucking Premier League title. Honestly, would prefer Werner over Depay, said LFC 5. What else we got? Laugh my ass off. Somebody just had to keep him happy. I don't know what that's about. The Independent have said today that Liverpool are interested in Ajax attacker David NERES, and they reckon £40 million is the number put on David Neres' head. So what do you guys think about this? He's a player we've spoken about a couple of times on the stream. I like him. I love a left-footed player as well. So yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. I hope we sign him. I don't want to say any more. I'll leave it up to you guys. I think he's perfect. I think Neres will be absolutely perfect. And I know Everton have been linked with him, and I know other clubs have been linked with him. I just think it would make sense. I think a player like that can be utilised across the front three, yeah, it makes sense to me, and I would be all over Neres if I'm being honest. Stephen Richard said, Craig, can I suggest on Crack On you do something on mental health? Without a shadow of a doubt, my friend, that will be done. Yeah, definitely. Aidan said, why they want to know about drugs? They're looking for some or something. I don't know. Maybe they're just looking for some rope to hang me on social media with, but I don't care. I'm an honest person, and my life's an open book, as I've always said. That would be our best sign of this summer if we tied Klopp down to a longer contract and gave him a blank check. I mean, tying Klopp down would definitely be great. DJ Chrome Dome. No, that definitely wasn't my name. I actually had hair back in those days as well. Kai Havertz rumours have gone quiet, so he must be a target. He's a super young player. From what I've read and what I've been led to believe, Eric, he's going to stay at Leverkusen for another year. Eyeball Craig, yeah, the eyeball Paul. That I'm still the shot through the eye and all that whole thing in that film still gives me the shivers. LFC 5 said, I hope United don't get Koulibaly. DJ Potato, fuck you, fuck you, Mr. Crypto meme. DJ Potato. Yeah. I'm just trying to think how racist that could possibly be. I know you're only joking though, so it's all good. When you were a DJ, were your girlfriend, wife single? Because you're probably getting loads of birds coming on to me. Towards the end of the time I was a DJ, I had started going out with my now wife, and that kind of led me to want to settle down and get out of that crazy ass lifestyle, because it was fucking nuts. I mean, there was 3 or 4 years of my life there that it was just party, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But I also met my wife and knew I wanted to settle down and knew I wanted to have a family, and you know, knew I had to step away from that lifestyle. But I'm actually not somebody who's ever cheated on women, mate. It's not my style. I'm very respectful of women, and anyone that's stupid enough to take a chance on me, gotta grab them with both hands, don't you? And my wife I haven't let go since. Louis said, Klopp said when he joined Liverpool that if he doesn't win a title in 4 years, he'll go to Switzerland. No, he didn't. He's just fucking randomly making shit up there, mate. He said something about winning a title within 3 years or something, but the Switzerland part, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all, actually. It was a live stream on Instagram. I think you're talking about the Depay, Virgil van Dijk, Gini Wijnaldum thing. I haven't seen it, so maybe you guys can fill me in on what's going on there. But back to David Neres anyway. Let me get through your thoughts on Neres. So, Fakir and Werner, please, said Craig Weston. Dave LFC chats us in, buddy. How are you, guys? Dave is getting close to, I think, 400 subs or something like that. So, you know Dave at this point. I'm sure you've seen his videos. If you want another fun, good account to go and have a look at, please do go and give Dave a subscription. Dave's going to be here with myself, Connor and Brian for the Champions League final. Looking forward to having him. It's always a fun time when Dave's around, so show Dave some love. Do I think we'll buy a striker? No, not a striker as such. And I did, and I spoke for a very long time about Timo Werner, but football moves, thoughts move, and I've always said I'm honest. So what I've read now leads me to believe that we won't sign an out-and-out number 9, but a wide forward or an attacking player or two probably will come in. I just don't know if it'll be what we call an old-school number 9 striker. What happened to Odegaard? Did Real Madrid ruin him? Someone actually sent me an email suggesting him. I don't know. I think, is he still there or has he gone out on loan? But it was a stupid move on his behalf. It was an absolutely ridiculous move for him. He was too young to make that move. He should have gone to a club like Liverpool. Yeah, I mean he still may go on and have an absolutely fantastic career, because by all accounts he was is a very talented young man, but wrong move for him, in my opinion. Neres would be a great buy, said Mr. Crypto Meme. I want NERES more than the rest. Somebody else said he did, Craig, which I think is around Klopp's thing. I know he said that he was going to move, or he will win something within 3 or 4 years or something, but I don't remember the Switzerland part, but that could be just my memory. He did say he would go to Switzerland. Then there you go. Then I owe an apology to the gentleman that said that, and I'm going to scroll back up so I can find his name, because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and you know it happens a lot. So where are we? Let me scroll back up till I find this gentleman's name. There we go, Louis Hawks. I owe you an apology, sir. You were absolutely spot on, and my memory was wrong as it always is. I hope you accept that apology. Right, let me go back down. NERES has a lot of potential, said Shabir. Griezmann loves watching Liverpool. Griezmann loves talking about fucking Griezmann as well, which is all that dude cares about. I'm not really a fan of Antoine Griezmann. Sock said, I hate left-footed players taking penalties. Your thoughts? I'm a left-footed player, and I took the penalties for my club team, so I'll differ, mate. I think left-footed players are usually very technically gifted, and I'm not talking about me because I was a goalkeeper, but I still took penalties. I don't know, I think left-footed players usually I associate as very good quality, technically gifted players, so for me I would slightly disagree. Company was signed by City as a defensive midfielder and turned into a centre-back by Mancini, said Mr. Fix-It. NERES has a lot of potential, said Shabir. Liam Granby said, I take him, watch them lots, and I take NERES all day long. Agent Bobby probably already at it. John Hamilton said, Craig, I said that in response to somebody saying, Uar. You guys just want me to say that fucking name on every stream, don't you? Just because I sound like a gobshite, basically. It's the only way I can describe my way of trying to pronunciate him. Would you collab with Red Men TV? It's not something that I would actively do, and I think I've said I wouldn't do it before, but as I've developed and moved on doing this on YouTube, right, how can I describe this? I come from a podcasting background, and the podcasting background was a very cutthroat world, and there was a lot of shithousery that went on from my experience in the podcasting world. Maybe other people have a different experience. So when I came into YouTube, I was always very, no, just us, don't work with anybody, everybody will fuck you over. And I kind of learned that the community on YouTube is a little bit different in that it's great. And I've talked to some wonderful people, and I'm reaching out and chatting with new people all the time. And I introduced myself to Drifty the other day, and yeah, I'm trying. I would have said no a week ago, but as time goes on, why should I? I like what they do. I like them. They look like lovely lads. Yeah, I don't know what to say. If the opportunity ever arises, I suppose we'll look at it then, but I've always said, I know a lot of people that take a lot of time out of their lives to make content, and as football fans for Liverpool, we're spoiled. There's so many good content providers that make Liverpool content, so never say never is what I'm trying to learn, Prav. And I'm always developing as a person as well, so yeah, never say never. We'll wait and see. I've never had any contact with them, to be fair. I don't even think they know who the fuck I am, although they're obviously big enough that I know who they are. I'm telling everybody, get Martin Odegaard. Klopp will make him into the next Cruyff, said Happily Eggs. How did you guys get on today with Connor and Brian, said Dave. Very good, thank you, mate. We got 3 segments filmed, and Connor's now doing his editing magic with them, and hopefully they'll be up later on in the week on the channel. Faye Pontin said, cheers from Florida, USA. Not a Liverpool fan, but I love your channel. I'm so fucking jealous, mate. Every time I hear Florida, I just think I want to live there. I want to be there so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel though, mate. Thank you so much. And the fact that you're not a Liverpool fan makes it even more of a compliment that you come in and check us out, buddy. So thank you for your time. Do you think we'll buy a striker? I've just gone through that one. Koulibaly wants Champions League footy. Guaranteed Champions League footy at Napoli, not United. I love the sly little dig there, mate. Well in. NERES will be a great buy, said Mr. Crypto Meme. I love your name, by the way, Mr. Crypto Meme. I think that's brilliant. He's out on loan at Vitesse Arnhem. Who was that in relation to? Oh, Odegaard. Well in. Happily Eggs. Well in, mate. Mark Anthony Vieira, excuse me, said, yes, Craig, I'm a retired GJ, and that was a crazy lifestyle. Women coming at you every night, lol. It wasn't even about that, mate. It was nothing about the ladies to me. It was just about the fun, the group of people that I was with, and it was just a mad part of my life. Getting to meet people like Carl Cox, getting to meet Francois, getting to meet, obviously my cousin is a really big DJ over here in Ireland. Getting to DJ with or meet the likes of Brandon Block, Alex P, just mad stuff that I never thought my life would lead down those avenues. Yeah, I've had a bit of a weird life. I've gone in and out of things and drifted around stuff and been in places I probably shouldn't have, and had it. I'm a chancer, is what you need to know about me. I'm an absolute chancer. Klopp did say go to Switzerland, but it was tongue in cheek. I've gone through that one. Barnes said I gave up on podcasting, to be honest. Rough. It's very difficult, yeah. I mean, I used to love doing it, and we're back doing it now, but the only reason we're back doing it is because we've got the YouTube channel, and I love the interaction that I have with you guys on here every night. It's massive to me, and to be able to come on here and talk to people around the world and get instant feedback and get information that I probably wouldn't get anywhere else, and the fun we've had together this year, watching watch-alongs and celebrating Liverpool goals, and it's been great. I wouldn't change it for the world, and I just want you guys to know how much you all mean to me, and how much this channel means to me, and how much you guys have impacted my life in a massively positive way. I mean, I've not talked about some of my struggles about mental health on here at times, because I just wanted to get my head down and battle through. There's been times where I've turned this camera on and I haven't been in a fit place to be on here talking, to be honest, but within 5-10 minutes of coming on here and seeing the love and the kindness and the fun and the humour in the chat, yeah, it's been great. You guys have done me so much good in my life, and as I keep saying, I love each and every one of you, and thank you so much for what you've done for me. Never mind the numbers, push all that aside, just from a human perspective, just the ability that you've given me, the confidence that you've given me, the fun, the joy, the laughter. I couldn't put a price on it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Whatever happens going forward, whether the channel explodes and we get to 150,000 or whether we stay as we are, you guys have done so much for me, and I love each and every one of you for that. Thank you. Dara said, hi Craig, sorry for being in contact, but I had some medical complications and I've been back in hospital. Mate, your health is the most important thing, Dara, and I hope you're okay. I know you told me that you did have a procedure, buddy. I hope everything is okay. You know, that's the most important thing, buddy. What else have we got? Griezmann going to United, wants to fight for 6th place. Luke said, sorry I'm late again. Don't ever apologise, guys. Don't apologise for being late. You guys coming in is amazing. No name beats Craig. No, I did have a DJ name, but I'm keeping that to myself. That's one piece of information that you guys won't get from me, because yeah, that's a personal thing. The Joe Rogan podcast is the best, said Boba Fett. Love it. Listen to it on the entire journey up and down to Connors today. The podcast I was listening to was actually about artificial intelligence, the human race moving forward, genetic engineering, all that type of stuff. Just great content. Joe Rogan kicks ass. For me, he's the best in the business by a country mile. Mr. Fixit said, new rules next season. Keeper has to have 1 foot at least in the goal line when the ball is kicked, or be yellow card offence. Oh, from penalties. Is that what we're talking about? I was thinking anything else there. That's a bit rough on the keeper. Domestic Butler said, who would be your all-time starting 11 Liverpool plus manager? Oh mate, I don't think I can do that off the top of my head. That's viciously difficult to ask. If I think about it tonight, I'll try and scribble one down for you, if that's okay. But just off the top of my head, I don't think I can come up with one, because I know I'll leave somebody out and I'll regret it then afterwards. Brandon Carter said, enjoying the stream from Chicago. Love the channel. Thank you so much, mate. I love knowing where people are from, and I love knowing. People often say, why do you come on at 10 o'clock? Why aren't you on at 8 o'clock? Well, it's because I know that we've got people that watch in America, and I want to try and catch everybody when they're finishing up work as well. And I want this to be a channel open to everybody, a channel for everybody around the world. And yeah, people can watch it back. I get that. People can watch it back, but there's nothing like live interaction, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So thank you to all our American viewers, and I know we've got some Australian viewers like Rod, and a couple of other people that we catch just in the morning as well. So There is a reason why this pod or why this stream is timed as it is. And yeah, of course I could come on here at 8 o'clock. I would be clashing with other people who I respect and like, and don't want to clash with those people because I want to give them their own platform and I love them and I want them to carry on doing their thing. But yeah, it's no accident that this stream is at this time. It's to try and give us a platform to speak to as many Reds from around the world as possible, and that's what it's always been about. Our new logo design is underway as well. We're going to replace the Anfield Agenda logo with a new one. Don't expect it anytime soon. These things it's a process and it could take us a while, but I've got a little nod to everyone just to show that we are thankful for everyone from different parts of the globe that have tuned in to say hi to us. For all the appreciation you give us, it's just the same, my friend. You're an inspiration, so thank you for the love and content, said Barnes. Barnes, mate, I think you've been relatively new coming into the channel, mate, if memory serves me correct, but you have been a fantastic contributor, mate, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you, so thank you for everything. Okay, what else have we got? Always love your channel, Craig. You do such a great job. Thank you, mate. But you know, the channel is only good because of the subscribers. In other words, it would just be some bald Irish idiot talking to a camera, talking absolute nonsense. I miss not doing the watch-alongs though. That's why I can't wait for the Champions League final. I love the watch-alongs. I love doing the little bits of commentary and reacting. And I think it's where we're all at our most emotional. So it's where you'll get me at my angriest, my happiest, my saddest, my craziest. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Champions League final because it's gonna be fun like a motherfucker. Thank you for all the lovely comments, by the way. We all love you, Craig. Thank you so much, Craig. I make a point to be ready for your streams. It's great and has helped me as well, said Andrew. Thank you so much. And I know that there are some people that we have perhaps helped a little bit inadvertently because I mean you guys help us, but just to know that people are waiting or people have our notifications turned on, and that's something that's actually really important, guys. If you are subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you have those notifications turned on, particularly during the summer, because if a transfer breaks, I'm going to be on here straight away. No thumbnails ready. We have some kind of vague thumbnails already done up just in case anything happens. So yeah, turn those notifications on because I can go live at any time, and you want to see the happy dance when the transfers happen. You're the best. Thank you very much, mate. I really amn't, but I love that you guys are here. Yeah, it's great. Craig, can you announce the time your next live chat starts so I can catch you at the beginning? You're doing a super job. Usually, Mark, it's around 9:45 p.m. UK time, sometimes 10 o'clock, but 9:45 is usually the time that we start our live streams because, well, I've just described why, because it helps catch the American market as well. It helps with UK people like myself who maybe just put their kids to bed. And it also works out perfectly for my family situation because my wife will put my youngest to bed and gives me a chance. Because this whole thing is done from my bedroom. I've said this before. And I live in a council house, so my bedroom is pretty small. So basically the green screen is mounted on top of a radiator. So this thing you see behind me is a green screen, obviously. Then I've got a ring light which is about 8 foot down that way. So you've probably seen the ring lights before. It's a rounded light with loads of little LED bulbs in it, and that's what projects onto the green screen and gives you the brighter image. Then we've got a MacBook Pro, my baby, which is over there now about 6 foot away. I've moved it that far away because the fan from the computer makes too much noise, so I don't want that to be picked up really by the microphone. Then I've got loads of extensions and cables that come to my monitor that's in front of me. And mounted on top of the monitor I have a Logitech Brio webcam, which is what I use for the streams. It's probably the best webcam on the market that I know of, but it still doesn't hold a candle to the likes of a Nikon digital camera and stuff. But the problem with the Nikons is if you're streaming as long as I am and you're going over 30 minutes, the cameras click off, and yeah, they're useless basically for longer streams. And then for my microphone, I don't know how I got onto this, by the way, but from my microphone then I use a Rode NT USB microphone. I'll pull it up a little bit so you guys can see it. So there you go, it's a Rode NT USB microphone, and that's connected to a Rode boom arm, which is clipped onto the side of a little desk that I'm sitting here at. And then of course my computer chair and my phone and my can of Diet Coke, and that's basically it. A wireless mouse, a wireless keyboard, and yeah, that's how this stream is run. Yeah, it's It's mad, but we were talking today when we were down doing the podcast in Connor's house. We had a different setup because we were using a mixer and we were using normal real microphones and not USB microphones, and we were using digital cameras and we had ring lights, and you would be amazed at the amount of equipment that you need, and you need to keep purchasing in order to keep pushing on as a channel. Because people often say to us, I mean, look at you on YouTube there trying to make money, absolute fuckers. If people only knew of the cost to set this up, like just between mine and Connor's laptops alone, you're looking at $5,000, and that's just 2 computers. And then you've got all the cost of the ring lights, the microphones, the equipment, the traveling. Yeah, so people that like think we're money grabbing cunts just don't know anything about what's going on, really, to be fair. We work very hard to make sure we keep all of this content free because we believe in free fan content, and we don't think we're worth charging for as well, if we're being brutally honest about it. So yeah, so that's just a little insight, and I know sometimes I don't give you guys enough insight, and if there is ever anything you want to know about how we set this up or what we use, or again, please feel free to ask, because we're a community on here and we're a community that looks to help each other at all times. So somebody showed me once how to do stuff, so you know, I'm quite happy to help other people as well. And I know I've got emails off people before asking me for suggestions for equipment and how to do things, and if I have time, I'm always happy to reply. And don't forget as well, we've a lot of content coming up. I mean, next Wednesday we're going to have Expressions on for a preview, a Spurs perspective and a preview of the Champions League final. We've got those 3 segments we filmed today. We've got the watch along of the final. We've got another podcast coming up. I'm going to have a chat with Dave and Cash soon as well. So it's going to keep coming thick and fast, which is why I said make sure those notifications are on. What happened to Jovic joining Real? I think it's a done deal, Andre, from what I've seen, mate. 54 million. I think that's done. I don't know if he's done the, you know, keepy uppies in the Santiago Bernabeu, but I think it's done. Lots of people as well, and this is why I love you guys so much. You're saying, Dara, get well soon. I mean, I love that about you. You're always looking out for each other in the chat. I think I said this to you the other day, but I think I've mellowed as the months have gone by on here. Yeah, you still get the crazy me during watch-alongs, but I think I'm a little bit less arseholey, if that's the right phrase. I know at times I must come across to people like I'm very blunt and very rude, and some people say, hey, I was kicked out of the chat just for this, this or this. My answer's always been, yeah, well, fuck you, because we work really hard to keep this chat, and our moderators work very hard to keep this chat friendly, and if you want to come in and start spouting shit, then those blue spanners are going to kick your ass and get you out very quickly. Mohammed said you got African viewers too, bro. Mate, love right back to you, and thank you so much for all your support and time. Been off for a while, but back now to see us lift number 6, said Paul Gormley. Oh mate, I'm so excited about the Champions League final. Sam has said the LIGT needs to reevaluate his options. In my opinion, Barca are on the decline and we're on the way up. Harry Carling said the new logo have 6 stars on it. Kind of one of the reasons why we're holding off a little bit, Harry, mate. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty sure I'm glad I'm here, mate. Or pretty new, sure, said Barnes. Sorry, I'm glad I'm here, mate. Mate, I'm glad you're here as well. You've been brilliant to be part of the channel, mate, and long may it continue. Tussie said the Champions League watch along will be so tense. I think it's going to be nuts, mate, because Brian's going to be here, Dave here, and Connor's here. They're all going to be having a few drinks. Dave booked himself into a local B&B. And the lads are staying at my house, and you're probably thinking, hey, hang on, why are the lads staying and Dave isn't staying? As I said, I live in a council house. There's only so much room, and Dave was kind enough to say, look, book into a B&B when he's down. That's how good Dave is. Do you know what I mean? Dave is just salt of the earth fella. So the few scoops are going to be had by the lads, so that watch along could go any fucking direction. Honestly, there could be tears, there could be nudity, there could be singing, there will be drinking, and hopefully there will be celebrating as well. And I hope you can join us for it. I know the game is going to be on free. I know you're going to be able to watch it on the internet and stuff as well. But I hope you can join us for some of it, for the watch along, the post match, the preview show. And let's cheer those Reds on to number 6. Craig, I'm ecstatic that City are going for Maguire. He's a dead baller, said Edward. Craig, maybe do a live chat so we can all pick the ultimate Liverpool starting 11 by voting in a live video. What do you think? That's a fucking good idea. Domestic Butler, let me have a chat with Connor about that. He's good about those type of things. Yeah, it's a good idea. And I mean, as a podcast or something, that's brilliant. We could definitely sit down and talk about that, but you'd want an hour because you'd be arguing back and forth. How much is Maguire going for? I do not know, Andrew. I would be absolutely lying to you, sir, if I gave you a number. City not in for Maguire, more United. I don't know. I've seen a few articles, Mr. Fixit, today and yesterday suggesting that City might be in for him. But then again, they might be just being a bit of a shithouse to push the price up for United. Proper Skill said, Craig, you should predict the Premier League table for next season and react to it at the end. Every spot you get wrong, pick a forfeit out of a hat. Every spot? Picking 20? Fuck off, mate. That's nuts. I'll do the top 7. I mean, I'm happy to predict the Premier League table. Sorry. I will definitely do that, but I'm only taking forfeits for the top 6 or 7, maybe, because other words, I get one place wrong and I'm doing forfeits. That's a bit harsh, mate. But yeah, we can definitely do that. Again, I just want to see transfers happen, though. Sorry, I did say fuck off there. I hope when I say that to people, they don't take it the wrong way, because I don't mean it as in a harsh way. It's just the way I speak. I'm probably not articulate enough to really express what I want to say. But I also have been told before the people who curse more are more honest. That's what my wife says anyway. I'll tell my Liverpool mates here in Bermuda about your channel. We're 4 hours behind you, said Mark Anthony Vieira. Hopefully, mate, someday I'll rock up to Bermuda and we can all have a pint and say hello together. But, mate, please do let them know we're here. We're only 26 subscribers away from 15,700, ladies and gents. We're going to try and get to 16k by the end of this Champions League final. So if you're enjoying the stream, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hope you're going to be drinking as well, said Liam. Unfortunately not, mate. I'm not a drinker. I've said it to you before. I won't be drinking for the Champions League final. Although, if we win it, you never know. You never know. I'll never say never, but probably not. Hangover show the next morning, said Brian Morrissey. It's going to be a late one, Brian, because AJ's fighting that night as well. Let's not forget. So we're going to have Anthony Joshua fighting Ruiz that night to follow up with. So it's going to be a messy, messy day. Who would you rather have, Ziyech or NERES at Liverpool? NERES. Is it Fadsta? Excuse me if I've mispronounced. I'd rather have NERES, but I mean, let me put that one to the chat, guys. Ziyech or NERES, which one would you guys have? Did I see my wife pop in there somewhere? Because someone is saying hello to her. Let me scroll back through. I mean, if she's here, I've got to be careful what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going into the bad books. I can't see her anywhere. Ah, there she is. Sabrina said, Tom Boland, I can't go to my mum's as I'm doing the women's mini marathon the day after the Champions League, and I have to be up here to go up with the other ladies, which is true, which is why we're doing that charity stream afterwards for the post-match show for the ladies that are doing the VHI Dublin's mini marathon. And as I said to you before, my wife is doing it for Cystic Fibrosis Ireland, so that's why we're doing that charity stream. It helps to be mellow when Liverpool are so good. Yeah, it does really help, to be fair. I mean, I can only imagine the meltdown if I was in Mark Goldbridge's position at this moment in time, or any United fans' position at this moment in time. I'm so much happier that we are where we are and Liverpool are on the up and up. The Deep Nate said, knew that he confirmed Craig's getting his arse out on stream. Hopefully it's not the last chicken at Sainsbury's, mate, and hopefully you don't get to see that. Can't wait to say 6 times champion in a Booker T voice. If you know, you know. Oh, Aiden, I know about Booker T as well, pal. Nudity, so Connor's going to be getting his coat off. That's probably about as close to nudity as you're going to get with Connor. That's a good show. Hope you've been drinking as well, or hope you've been drinking. Nah, no drinking for me. Brian will be drinking his posh ass cans like he always does. Brian likes his expensive beer. Don't let him pretend. He tries to pretend that he's poor. Brian's loaded with his posh ass cans. Craig, do you think Lovren will go considering he's best mates with Mo? No, I did originally, Edward, think he would go when I thought we might be looking at a centre back, but James Pearce and a few other people have said that we aren't looking at a centre back, and Jurgen Klopp is happy with the options that Liverpool currently have there. So no, mate, I don't think Lovren will go. And I love that bromance, by the way, between him and Mo. Mark Henley said NERES is the better player between himself and Ziyech. Sorry, Fazda, mate, I don't do those questions where if I had to sell one of the front three, who would it be? I don't really see the point in them because it's a negative. I've actually given the answer before, but I don't see the point in them because, you know, I don't like to talk negatives about Liverpool. I only look to the future. Would love Zaha, said Gary McLaughlin. I've spoken about him before as well, Gary, and I think he would fit into our system. 60 million though, something like that is the number that was mentioned for Zaha, which is a lot of money. That's the problem with these Premier League to Premier League transfers, is that you usually do, and especially for players with a lot of Premier League experience, you usually do pay a significant premium compared to a player that you could get in the continent. Both, said Domestic Butler. He's been greedy, wants both of them. Unfortunately, I missed the game, but such is life. No TV coverage in hospital. Can you get there? I'm sorry you're in hospital, mate, as I said, and I hope you get better soon. Can you get Wi-Fi, buddy? Because if you can, or even you can get maybe internet coverage from your cell phone provider. It's on BT Sport, or I don't know who shows the Champions League in America, but I think they're streaming it for free on their channel. I think that's part of the rights deal that they've done with UEFA. Liam said, Liverpool, City, Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manx, my top 6 for next season, more or less. The same, but will finish top. Clutch Logic said, we should go and buy Gerrard. He'd be a good replacement for Henderson. Nobody's replacing Henderson. Henderson is tickety fucking boo, and I cannot wait for Jordan Henderson to lift a trophy above his head. Whether it's the Champions League, we're going to have to wait and see, but he deserves one. Did I hear what Roy Keane said about Rashford and co? It's fake. He didn't say it. If you're talking about the one with the killing people in wheelchairs with his free kicks, it's fake. It's hilarious, and the funny thing is that you could imagine Roy Keane saying it, but it is a fake quote. Luke, good night, mate, and I'll catch up with you soon. I hope you're keeping well. Clutch Logic said, I hope Arsenal win the Europa. So do I. I'm with you on that one. I would rather Arsenal win it than Chelsea. The Rashford 300 grand thing is a lie, said Rob Ron. Maybe it could absolutely be a lie. I have read it in a few places, but you know, transfer negotiations are private in general, and it would be madness for either side to really leak it. So I can't say if it's true or not. Maybe you're a United fan, Rob Ron. I don't know, but I'm just saying what people are writing in here and reading it out. What was why did people? Oh, I didn't even know this. Sabrina's saying that Mason's mum, Claire, was involved in a car crash over the weekend. So, Mace, I've said this before. I said that my wife and the ladies are doing it in aid of Cystic Fibrosis Ireland. Well, they are, but there's one specific family that it's called Team Mason, and Mason, as I've said before, is a young man that's around the same age as my own son Lucas. Mason has cystic fibrosis. He also has autism, and he has cystic fibrosis related diabetes. So, that's why my wife got involved, because of course she knows Claire, Mason's mum, and their family are so lovely, I have to say. And all the ladies that do it on behalf of Cystic Fibrosis Ireland, or any charity that run the Dublin Ladies Mini Marathon, lots of love and respect to all of them. I just finding out about this car crash thing now, although Sabrina will probably say she told me and I didn't listen, but obviously I hope Claire is okay. Ryan Fraser, thoughts? What top am I wearing for the final? Probably the new jersey. LFC fan, but maybe I'll wear the hoodie, but I don't know. Probably the new jersey though. Ryan Fraser, it looks good at Bournemouth. I can't remember his contract situation. LFC fan, somebody told me about it before. Again, Premier League to Premier League transfers. It is. I can understand where you're coming from with it though. It is a bit of a curveball. That's one where I'm gonna have to sit on the fence. He's had a very good season at Bournemouth, obviously, but I don't know about that step up in level to Liverpool. Oh, mate, that is a good question, though. What does everybody else think of Ryan Fraser? Yet again, you're still the sexiest bald person ever. See, Sabrina, if you're in the chat, see? No, I did tell you I do get some compliments. I would put in an offer for Marco Royce, said Ethan. Do we need another injury-prone player, though, mate? That's the only thing. Marco Royce is class, no doubt about that, but you know, he does pick up a fair amount of injuries. Zaha is inconsistent, said Mark Anthony Vieira. Mario Goitza, anybody, said Douglas James Horn, and that is a name that was mentioned by Brian Morrissey earlier on when we recorded the podcast. Brian believes that Jurgen Klopp and Goitza have some unfinished business together now. I don't know. We do know that we tried to sign him before, and look, we went and got Sadio Mane. Wasn't it Sadio Mane we got at that time? Which I wouldn't change for the world now, but I can understand Brian's train of thought there with Goitza, because Klopp is very, very fond of him, having brought him through, obviously, and then, you know, unfortunately seeing him go to Bayern Munich, and now he's back at Dortmund. What do you guys think? Excuse me. I know Goetze did have some weight issues that was around his what is it called? What is that gland that fluctuates your weight up or down? I can't remember what it's called, but he did have some issues anyway, that some medical issues that I think were fixed. So I don't know. It makes sense, and we know that there's a link there to Klopp, but it's not a name that I've seen in the media recently. But then again, that doesn't mean anything, because we didn't see Fabinho's name in the media, except for linked to Manchester United before we went and signed him. Craig isn't wearing a top for the final. We'll get to see him topless again. Yeah, I'm gonna get words wrote around my nipples for the final. So, you know, when we score, I can say this nipple is dedicated to. I'm not really. Don't worry. No, he's been injured a bit, but what do you think of Marco Reus? I just went through that one. A great player, absolutely wonderful player, but too many injuries that I can think of. Henderson will be captain Marvel on the 1st of June, said Stephen Richards. Brian Morris, he said Zaha has a reputation. I don't want Liverpool dealing with all of that. Oh, you mean every time he goes down? Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from there, Brian. We already have people trying to pin that on Salah, so yeah, I get where you're coming from. Henderson is the boss man. He's priceless to us, at Craig Weston. Read my comment. I did, Craig, or Callum, excuse me. I did read it, mate. Okay, thyroid. That is the one. Thyroid. That's the one I was trying to think of. Thank you. Callum said he'd rather Ziyech than Fraser. I'm with you on that one. Ryan Fraser is a squad player, said Stephen Richards. Is it true City dropped their title? Somebody said, PC Salah, that it was a stunt for the Manchester City channel. I don't know. Craig, do I know a website I can get the goalkeeper's kit? I know for a fact when I was in Liverpool, Yibber, that it was in Sports Direct. I know that for a fact because I had it in my hand. I also know that a couple of the JD Sports had the goalkeeper's kit. Now, I don't know where you're located, mate, or where you're trying to order the shirt from, but I can say to you, when I was in Liverpool, 100% Sports Direct had it because it was in my hand, because my wife liked it and I was thinking of getting it for her. And also when I was in JD Sports at the airport in Liverpool, they also had it. So that much I can say for certain. I know the club store were looking to restock it as soon as possible, so obviously keep an eye on there. But other than that, mate, I don't know, maybe somebody else, maybe a kit bag, do they sell it? I don't know. I suppose it depends on what part of the world you're in as well. I want Pepe as the main target, said Press Salah. If possible, we should tie Moreno down to a 10-year deal and sell him to Man City for 50 million. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to be seeing the back of Alberto Moreno when his contract is up. I always loved Royce, said Boba Fett. And then loads of people just saying thyroid, and you're all absolutely spot on as always. Thank you very much. Clutch Logic said, I still can't believe that one of both managers, Pochettino and Klopp, are going to lift the Champions League. Two very deserving managers to lift it as well, mate. Whichever one it might be. Obviously, we want Klopp to do it, but you have to admire Pochettino as well. What about Lozano? No fresh links from what I've seen, Louis, but never say never, buddy. And just because there hasn't been links in the media, as I said a few minutes ago with regards to Fabinho, that doesn't mean anything, because nobody had a Scooby-Doo what was going on with Fabinho. Osama's Taste Cave is in. How are you, sir? Eric said Klopp doesn't sign former players that he thinks he's got the most out of, but he has said publicly that he's got unfinished business with Goetze, or Gotze. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Payet to Liverpool. No. Do you know one name that hasn't been mentioned, actually, and one name that we were linked to a lot before he picked up a very serious injury before the World Cup? And yeah, maybe somebody has seen a link to this guy, or maybe I've just missed it, but Manuel Lanzini. Do you remember him? Obviously, West Ham player. We were very, very, very strongly linked to him before he did his cruciate or his ACL before the World Cup. And he's got back playing towards the end of the season for West Ham. He's not somebody I've seen mentioned in the media much, but somebody we definitely did watch. And I was just wondering, has anybody seen anything on Lanzini? Domestic Butler, good night to you, sir. I'll chat to you very soon. Do you think City would sell us Leroy Sané? No, not to us. Maybe Bayern Munich have been linked to Leroy Sané. I think, City would rather leave him on the bench than sell him to us and strengthen a rival. But he is quality. I mean, I can't understand why he's not getting more game time at City, and obviously I don't know what his attitude is like, and I don't see him training every day, but he seems like a wonderfully talented young footballer. A couple of people saying DW Sports as well for the shirt. Why are they releasing the kits separately? Do you mean the home, away, and the Champions League one? They always do that. They never release them all at the same time. What pissed me off, and I ordered my shirt from the Liverpool website, what pissed me off is this £10 voucher that you get with it. That is only valid between the 1st and the 31st, or the 30th, whatever. 30th of December. 1st and the 30th of June. That pisses me off. I mean, if you're going to give out a voucher with a shirt, then just make it valid for a fucking year. In other words, you're not really giving out a £10 voucher, because what you're saying to people is, you've got 1 month to spend it, and then we're going to release the away shirt, and then you won't be able to use your £10 voucher on the away shirt or the third shirt. And I don't like it. I don't like it. It fucking stinks to high heaven for me. And I wish the club would just say, yeah, you're getting a £10 voucher. Use it all year. You've got 12 months to use it. You've spent the money on buying the kit. You've probably spent more buying the kit from Liverpool than you could get it elsewhere, which, you know, is a fact when you're talking about the likes of Sports Direct. I don't like to be critical of our own club, but I do think it's a shithouse move from Liverpool with that £10 voucher only being valid for 1 month. It's I would say it's deceiving, but then they'd come back and say it's in the small print somewhere, which I'm sure it is. But I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. It should be valid for 12 months. It was probably a toss-up between Lanzini and Shaqiri, said Jack's page. Well, Lanzini was injured, so there was definitely no way we were going to sign him after the injury. But I was just wondering for this season, maybe, mate, if he'd be worth a look. Cam Vlogs is in, buddy. How are you? Lanzini will be a good signing, said Mark Hendley. Reds arrive from Marbella to begin training camp, said Craig Weston. Oh, watch heads fall off now, mate. When you mention Reds and warm weather training camp, people's heads just melt. What's the away kit like? Again, there's been a few leaks. One looks like it's white with a bit of blue and red on it. It looks very Leon-esque to me. And then the rumoured third kit is black with teal, which is a kind of bluey greeny colour. We can only get Saleh for ridiculous money, said Mark Anthony Vieira. Our third kit got leaked. It's grey and gold. No, mate, it's black and teal. The away kit is black. Have a look on Footy Headlines. They have a picture of the third kit training top. And if that's what the training top is, then the jersey will be the same colour combination. Footy Headlines, I keep telling you, Footy Headlines are absolutely brilliant for being the first site to leak all these kits. I don't know how they do it. But yeah, do check a look. Or check a look. Do take a look on there if you ever want to see what clubs' kits are coming out. Craig, I'll spend the voucher for you. Send it over. I'm going to spend the voucher, mate. Don't worry. I've got 2 of them, actually. Don't think Lanzini is good enough for Liverpool, said Group 3. Or, sorry, is it just 3 PP 3K? God, some people have complicated names. Anyway, he said he don't think Lanzini is good enough for Liverpool. Not much you can get for a tenner at actual shops near the stadiums. No, but I mean, it's a discount off something else, so you don't have to just spend a tenner. I mean, let's use as an example here, mate. If I bought myself the kit, and then I was over in Liverpool and I wanted to buy my son the kit, or my wife the goalkeeper shirt, or my daughter a kit, I can only use it in this 1 month. And I was over in Liverpool after the kit was released, and I had my vouchers, and they were useless to me because I couldn't use them in the shops. Yeah, I can use them online and stuff, but I don't know, I'm the type of person that's an impulse purchaser, so I'm much more likely to buy something if I'm standing there in front of it. Craig, would you take Andy Carroll back? No, not a hope. Moyes favourite for the Celtic job. He's a footballing genius, said Douglas James Horn. If I'm a Celtic fan and I'm hearing that, that's not great news. I'd rather have Neil Lennon stay there if I'm a Celtic fan. And New Balance are making some great kits, said LFC fan. I love the New Balance gear, mate. I love the trainers. I love the training tops. I love the jerseys. I don't like the AXA part, and it's not because of anything against AXA. I just don't think it looks nice on the training shirt, even though I bought a hoodie with the AXA on it because it's a damn fine hoodie. It was actually the one that you guys complimented me on the other night, the grey one. Has City's been leaked yet? Yeah, I believe it has, actually. I believe it has. Don't ask me what it looks like. I know it's going to be Puma, isn't it? Because they've signed a 10-year deal for all the City clubs to be, their kits to be made by Puma. What do you think of a gold limited edition kit for Liverpool? I'd rather it to be yellow, because we have a history of yellow. For me, Liverpool away shirts, I like it to be yellow with the red pinstripe would be lovely. White and red with black shorts, that's also another one. And then green and white. They're the colours that I kind of like Liverpool's away kits to be. Chelsea's kit is horrible, or Chelsea's goalkeeper's kit is horrible, said Michael Fleming. Liverpool should go for Dybala. I mean, yes, I would love it, but I think there's better value to be had, but I do think he's a quality player and one that under Jurgen Klopp will continue to develop. Eden Hazard will flop at Real Madrid, mark my words, said Edward Denham. Keep an eye out for my next 888 video. I know you guys know I did some filming with 888 Sport recently, and most of the clips have been released. But there's one that hasn't been released, and it's the one that I've been most worried about, because I think I'm going to get a lot of abuse over this one, and it does kind of, I give my views on one specific player who's been mentioned here tonight and why I think he's a bit of a fraud. I love a white away kit at LFC 5. Festus Brown said, Liverpool, please, 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 please. I need Pepe in Liverpool. The guy is too good to let go to other clubs. There has been some links today, buddy, around Pepe at Liverpool. His manager has said that he's definitely going to leave the club this summer. It's just a matter of where he goes. What colour is our new away strip actually? I believe it's white. If it's the one that I've seen leaked, I believe it's white. And then the third kit is black and teal. And I don't like the away kit. If it's the one that I've seen, again, it's worth going on to Footy Headlines to have a look. I don't like it at all. It's not for me. I like a silver and red combo with the away strip. There's been a couple of nice ones, mate. Yeah, specifically the one that reminds me of Fernando Torres and Fabio Aurelio and Stevie G. That one where we went to Old Trafford in. Is that the one you're thinking of? I'd like to wear black kits like the 16-17 season, said Best Buddies. I'm a fan of a black kit because when you're a fat fucker like me, black makes you look slimmer, so I'm all for black kits. Right, look, ladies and gents, I think we are going to wind this stream down. Maybe a couple more comments and then say goodnight, because I've been on the road since 2 o'clock today. It's been such a busy day and I literally haven't even had a chance to say hello to the family really yet, so... Who could that possibly be? I wonder, Brian. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say or not. That's the thing, because I haven't read through my, well, I won't say contract with 888, but I haven't read through what I signed with them really, so I should have probably read that more thoroughly before I signed it. It was great fun, I have to say, working with them, and I was treated very well, and they're a lovely bunch, and yeah, I hope people enjoyed the few videos as well, because it was great fun for me to do. Thinking about it, mate, £10 will probably get you a pen in the LFC store. The prices are astronomical. What it would get you, if you stuck a fiver to it, maybe you could get an Owen McVeigh Foundation t-shirt or an Owen McVeigh Foundation hoodie. And I have an Owen McVeigh Foundation t-shirt, and my tattoo on my leg is actually based around the Owen McVeigh Foundation's logo, which is tremendous. So, yeah, I usually try and pick up something when I'm over there to support the Owen McVeigh Foundation, which is an amazing charity. Right, Craig, can you get a Sideshow Bob hairstyle? Nah, unfortunately, mate. I tried to grow my hair a while back and then realised that, you know what, I actually am starting to go bald. I was in denial for a very long time. I actually, when I started shaving my head, I had a full head of hair, but as farther time has gone on, I've realised there are a few bald patches starting, so I've just gone full on bald now. That's the end of it. Night Dude, keep up the good work, said Paul. Is it a City or a Liverpool player? No, it's neither a City nor a Liverpool player. The piece that it's about is called Unpopular Opinion. So my unpopular opinion was ... And I think that video will be coming out pretty soon. And I'm going to go into hibernation on social media when it comes out, because my ass is going to be absolutely... Yeah, to put it this way, it won't go down too well for me. But I don't care, because it's my honest opinion. Right, what else we got? Thoughts on possibly early return in squad for Karius? No, he's not. There was a piece from James Pearce today that said that he's settled now in Besiktas and all that stuff is behind him, and it looks like he'll most likely remain there next season, which is good, because that means they'll have to trigger the clauses, which will mean they'll have to sign him. Kev said, legend has it, Barca defence are still at Anfield waiting for Trent to take that corner. God bless him for that corner. It was brilliant. Right, I'm not gonna. I've seen loads of names and I can't say yes or no to them anymore. So let's just see when it comes out, and see if you agree with me or not. It took me a while, but you look like Michael Van Gerwen. I've had that said before, mate. To be fair, probably closer than some of the people that have commented. I don't have the Van Gerwen voice though, the big husky deep voice, nor do I have his fucking talent, because the man is unbelievable with the arrows. Yeah, what a dart player he is. Anyway, look, ladies and gents, we'll call that a night. I will chat to you all tomorrow, 9:45 as always. Until then, take care of your families, tell your loved ones that you love them, and up the motherfucking Reds.